everybody. This is Darren Redmond from FHT Sports with the April 29th edition of Redmond's Wrap-Up. We have a lot to go over, so let's get started. Let's start with Fresno State softball. As this three-game series started, the Fresno State softball team had a two-game lead over Boise. Sort of our rivals in a lot of different sports, aren't they? Well, that two-game lead has now evaporated. Mahia Samantha was on the mound for Fresno State. It did not turn out very well. There were hits and runs early and often by Boise State for an 8-0 mercy-shortened victory for Boise. Very important for those of you, like myself, who follow the Fresno State softball team. The game today has been moved up 1 hour due to weather concerns. So the game will start at 10 a.m. today, so make sure you know that. Winning pitcher was Kelsey for Boise State. She's now 11-6. The line on the game was no runs for Fresno State. They could only scatter 4 hits over the course of the mercy shortened 6-inning game, and no errors. Boise State brought the bats with them yesterday. They had 8 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. So right now everything seems to be even on at the top of the Mountain West. Today's game should mean a lot. The person who wins today will be on top of the Mountain West Conference as the season starts to draw to a close. Castellone has been hit by pitches 11 times. It's something, and I heard the coach talk about this on a local radio show, Christopher Gabriel's show. This team is very aggressive. They stay in the box. They don't get out of the way. They do what they need to do to get on base. 23 error-free games as well. So that's something that's very important and something to take note of. Nice job, again, trying to play some clean softball. So that's what happens there. Next game is 10 a.m. on 10 a.m. today, this Sunday morning. So thank you for that. So let's see what happens there. Let's hope that Fresno State can remain on top of the Mountain West. We then move to Fresno State baseball. I was at that game last night covering it up from the press box, and whenever Air Force is in, any of the armed services is in, it just has a different feel, doesn't it? Right? Because, I mean, these are the women and men that protect us. And so Fresno State was playing Arizona, he was playing Air Force. I need another cup of coffee. I actually need my first cup of coffee. I haven't had it yet. But did not go well for Fresno State. Ryan Jensen is now 2-5 on the year. And one of the guys on Air Force, does he have the most awesome, like if you were to make like a B movie about the Air Force and you wanted the hero, what would you name the hero? How about the name Nick Reddy? Wouldn't that be like the greatest name to name somebody in the armed forces? And we salute him seriously for his service to us and our country. But Nick Reddy is just like the perfect name for somebody in the armed forces. Well, he hit his 14th home run of the season last night. He's in the top 3 overall in intercollegiate sports with home runs. But Air Force just poured it on last night. 14-4 victory. We had 3 errors in the field last night. Bastola had 3 errors himself. So we need to tighten that up a little bit. There was just not a lot of emphasis. It looked like, in terms of playing that team game, that we've seen Fresno State do very well over the course of the season. So a 14-4 loss for Fresno State. They look to rebound and take the rubber game of the series. Again, it's vitally important to get into the playoffs for the Fresno State Bulldogs to win the Mountain West Conference Championship. So let's hope that happens today. Let's kind of put this game behind us, tighten up that defense, a little timely hitting. We had opportunities to draw the game closer. It just didn't happen. So, and then there was this very interesting play. If you're a big baseball fan and you know what happened with Cleon Jones and Gil Hodges and the shoe polish baseball, and you saw something last night very similar to that. So I found that very interesting as well. So that's what's happening there. And let's then move on to the Fresno Grizzlies playing the Tacoma Rainiers, Seattle's top farm team. It did not go well last night. It was another situation where way too many people left on base. 8 left on base in the game for the Fresno Grizzlies. And the 5th inning seemed to be the vital inning. And with turning point, Rainiers went up 4-0 and sort of put some distance. Grizzlies put 3 runs up in the inning, but it was just too much because by that time it was moving in the direction where the Rainiers were going to pull away, and they did. They won 7-3. Rainiers on the day had 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 8 left on base as well. Which is the same amount as the Grizzlies, but when you only have 3 runs and you have 7 runs, it mitigates the damage, right? Grizzlies had 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. Mike Hochschild is now 2-2 on the year. Ariel Miranda won. He's now 1-0 on the year. So we come back for the final game of the series today against the Rainiers. The Grizzlies look to put this mini losing streak behind them and kind of rebound and kind of get their foot strong again on solid soil for first place in the division. And so we had 2 home runs by A.J. Reed, by the way. Second home run, rather, from A.J. Reed during the game as well. So that's it there. Save went to Sean Armstrong, his first of the year for the Rainiers. And we look for the 3 pitchers, by the way, for the Grizzlies were Hochschild, Doris, and Boshiers. We look for the Grizzlies to get back on track. No reason why they shouldn't. They've handled the Rainiers pretty confidently during this early season. Isn't it funny? It's already May. It's just going to be May already. Time is flying. So let's see what happens there. Lastly, I want to talk about the Fresno Foxes, Fresno FC, and Somozoros, and what happened again there. This is one of those half-empty, half-full kind of things, and you can't be happy when you give up late goals. And yet, this is now 4 straight draws for the Fresno Foxes, 7 matches in a row unbeaten. That's all great and valid things. Not a lot of teams, much less expansion teams. Sort of like a mini version of the Golden Knights. First year team doing some nice things. 7 matches unbeaten. That's a noble thing. But 4 straight draws, and especially all of those draws seem to have something that's a common thread, and that's giving up the late goal. In this case, Alessandro Regis in the 89th minute tied up the game. Again, the goals seem to come from the same position, the right back position on defense. And we're not pointing fingers at any particular player or zone or whatever, but it's a tendency that probably needs to get looked into. And Coach Adam Smith, when I've interviewed him, has kind of talked about that as well. And it seems to be something late in the game that the Fresno Foxes seem to be vulnerable to. So let's hope that's not the case. A red card was given out to Armando Dia in the 26th minute, who had a vicious tackle. Red was drawn right away on Juan Pablo Cafa, and he was taken out of the game. We do not at FHT Sports yet have an injury update on him. And obviously we need to get him back on the pitch. He's our captain as quickly as possible. And then Phoenix Rising FC ended up playing 10 men for the rest of the match, but it did not matter. They scored, again, a late goal. We've seen this before. So that's something that needs to be addressed one way or another, whether it's somebody on the pitch stepping up, whether it's Adam Smith going out there and with the help of Frank Yallop or somebody and bringing somebody else in. This team is really looking to do some good things. It has the ability to go very far. And it's frustrating to see these goals or these points given away because you can't get the points back. You can't get the points back because if you win your next match, well, that just would have been points you would have had added anyway. So it's nice not to lose, but nobody wants to give up these late points, and giving them up is not a good thing. What can I say about Jamel Johnson? Man of the match, team leading 3rd goal of the year. That actually shows maybe we need to be scoring a little bit more goals, but overall we're doing okay. But Jamal Johnson had a wonderful game. A proud man of the match winner, I am sure, and we love watching him play and compete each day. So that's our report for today. A lot of stuff to cover. We had, unfortunately, 3 losses and a tie. Today should be a better day. Overall, the teams are doing well. Softball team is at the top of Mountain West, tied. The Fresno Grizzlies are doing very, very well. The Fresno State baseball team is in position to make a run in the conference championships. And the Foxes, they're doing some very nice things. They're near the top of the table, first-year team. And so we just want to straighten out what we need to straighten out. This is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap-Up. Please comment down below on the YouTube channel. Please share this on your social media. Share all our content. Make sure you listen to Uncle Tony and Serge, the hockey guru, as they probably are going to talk at length about the Golden Knights and the non-goal and San Jose Sharks and everything else that's going on in the NHL. So this is Darren Redmond. Have a great Sunday. Just enjoy yourself. Go out, do something, enjoy, do it with your family, get some alone time if that's what you're into, or just gather up. And I'll go off of a script here for a second. Stop with the it's Monday kind of stuff. Monday's a day given to you by grace. Go enjoy each and every day that you have. Enjoy it. Monday's a nice opportunity at work to start things over and make money for the family. So just enjoy every single day. We enjoy serving you here at FHT Sports. Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap-Up, signing off.